What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. As always, thank you so much for all the support. I do love answering all your questions, so if anything pops up during this video and you've got a question about it, then please stick it in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And always, the likes, the comments, the subscribers are all helping out the channel and helping me out a lot to get my message to people even further that teaching is a good job, and if you want to go for it, then go for it. So thank you very much. And let's get into today why the upcoming term is the summer term and why that is the best term of the school year. And I do firmly believe that. I think the summer term is always the most fun, it's the most interesting, it's got the most exciting stuff in, and we're going to get into a bit of what's coming up over the summer term for me, what's coming up for schools across the country, and why it really is the best one. All right, now we're on our Easter holidays now, which is absolutely fantastic. It's currently 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, there's no lines for me. I've got a 6-month-old and me and my wife are already up and enjoying having some time with him in the morning, but I've just snuck out for 15 minutes to get this video done because I think it's just something that's really important to keep on going with over these holidays, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to these videos on a Tuesday, Friday and a Sunday. So yeah, we're enjoying these holidays, and first of all, before the summer term gets started, make sure that you do have some time to relax. If you're on placements, if you're teaching, take some time to yourself, spend it with your family, do things you enjoy, like I'm doing with this, like we're going to go for a walk later on. It's that kind of stuff. We're seeing a friend this evening, going out, seeing people, doing things that you can't normally do. Sadly, it does include kind of admin things like doctor's appointments and that kind of stuff, going to see the dentist, but it's the type of things you have to do as a teacher in your holidays. However, we get paid and we get a lot of holidays too, so it is kind of worth it in the end. So yeah, get all that stuff done, make sure you enjoy yourself, and then get into the summer term. And one of the first reasons why that is the best one is one of the most simple reasons: the weather is the nicest. All right, now as you go into September and October in the autumn term, the weather's often pretty decent throughout September, but it does start tailing off. The clocks go in the autumn, they go back, don't they? Yeah, the clocks go back and it gets dark very quickly in the evenings, whereas in the summer term the clocks have just gone forward. You've got full days of sunlight again, and it's just such a nice feeling being able to go to school in the daylight, come home in the daylight, no matter what time it is you leave or come back, and it just feels really good. So first of all, the weather improvement is so important. That's not just for teacher morale and for teacher well-being, but it's also for the kids as well. All right, wet breaks are one of the worst things in the world in the classroom, in my opinion. They are necessary, and sometimes when it is banging it down, there's no point sending the kids out because they'll get soaked, they'll get cold, they'll be wet all afternoon. I do understand why wet breaks are needed and why they are important, but they're never the best things for the kids. They get cooped up, they get on top of each other in the classroom, 30 kids in one classroom for an hour when they've got some free time. It just rarely ever ends well, and it's not what they need. They need to be getting outside in the fresh air and enjoying themselves and running around and playing together. And so yeah, I think summer term, you've got the least wet breaks of the year, almost certainly, because the weather's nice and people go outside. And part of that nice weather also builds into the things you get to do. So during the summer term, you've got things like summer fairs, you've got things like sports day, you've got residential trips often happening in the summer term. I know year 5 and 6 in my school are going on one, and it's just that kind of stuff where, you know what, it's exciting, it's things to look forward to. Yes, during the Christmas term there's Christmas plays and there's indoor things, but during the summer term there's actually, you're getting outside, you're doing stuff in the wild, and it's just so much more exciting. So for me, yeah, definitely summer term, you've got so much to look forward to in terms of the weather getting nicer, getting outside, doing things that you've always wanted to do all year, but you've looked outside and the weather's gone, no, maybe not today. And that includes things like now during the holidays and during the weekends. All right, me and my wife are looking at planning things like going for walks, that kind of stuff during the weekends, and it's the type of thing where you can start looking now at, actually we've still got the buggy because our 6-month-old obviously isn't walking yet. You know what, we can go find some nice little footpaths to go down, we can find some nice little areas to walk through, where up till now we've basically been walking on the pavements around up and down outside our house, that kind of stuff, down the high street, because it's just not really possible to do when it's cold and wet. So definitely looking at getting out and going along, finding some nice footpaths to wander down and see what it's like down there, because it's not somewhere we've really walked a lot. We walked a bit during lockdown and last summer, but not a lot recently. So the weather getting nicer, massive improvement to the year, and why the summer term is one of the best ones. But you've also got lots of other things, such as children are going to be hitting their targets. All right, now they've been working hard all year, as have you, and finally at the end of the year the children are going to be hitting their target. So you've been working with them all year to get to these targets. Now for each child that'll be different, you'll be wanting something different from each child, and that's the standard practice in a classroom. You know, you can't expect the same from all children, but whatever you do expect from them, this is the term where they're going to be hitting it, and having those children succeed and your hard work for the year pay off is such a good feeling when you can sit down at the end of the year and go, actually, you know what, wow guys, we've done really well here, we've worked really hard, we've done fantastic, so well done. That is so important to be able to say at the end of a year, and it makes everything worth it. It makes the whole year of hard work that you've put in worth it. And it's also a chance for you to reflect on your targets. At the start of the year in September, you'll be given targets by your head teacher, and you can sit down and reflect on whether or not those targets have been met. If they have been met, then how have they been met? What did you do to do them? What hard work have you put in that's now paid off? And if they haven't always been met, well, okay, what can you do to improve on that? What can you do to change that? What can you do to make things better and make it happen next year? And again, it's that hard work coming to fruition, showing that, you know what, you've done really well this year. Well done, guys, and enjoy your summer break. And that is so important to be able to say to yourself at the end of the year. It makes the work pay off. Teachers are teachers because they come into teaching looking for something more than just a 9-to-5 office job. They're looking for something more rewarding, something that kind of pays off a bit more. And the end of the year, the end of the summer term is that point. And that's the point where you go, actually, you know what, we've done really well this year. We've worked hard. The children have done really well. So let's celebrate that and move on. Looking ahead to the summer term, for me personally, I'm really excited about what's coming from the summer term. I'm teaching a new topic that I'm just getting to grips with now. I've done my medium term planning, which I will show you guys in a video coming out soon in terms of how I've planned for the whole term. But I'm also getting into the kind of the details of it and planning each individual lesson for the first couple of weeks and saying, what does that include? What am I going to need? How's that going to work? And it's just really exciting when you hit a new topic. So my first topic is Greeks. I think it's called Groundbreaking Greeks. It's all about ancient Greece and everything that went off there. And, you know, that might seem quite obvious, but there you go. But yeah, it's going to be really exciting because it's not a topic I've taught before. Before now, I think Greeks have been taught in year 3 in my school. And so now we've moved on and the topic has become a bit more advanced. So it's moved up to the year 5 curriculum. And it's just really exciting to have a new curriculum to get your teeth into. And I'm really looking forward to planning it. I'm going to make sure I try and plan it in a way that I can reuse it as well, because that's one of the lessons I've learned from the past, is that when I've done my planning, I've not always either saved it in the right way or planned it in the right way that I could reuse it. And actually, it's really important as a teacher to build up a bank of resources that you can use again. That doesn't mean to say next year I'll reuse it word for word. I will tweak it and make sure it fits the class that I get next year. But it's something that if I can have a kind of template, a basic version of it, and then just tweak it, that'll save a lot of time next year. Because this year, obviously, with moving on to this new curriculum, I've had to plan all my lessons from scratch completely. And it has been a lot of work, but putting the work in will hopefully save me time next year. So yeah, I'm planning the Groundbreaking Greeks at the minute, and I'm going to make sure I spend some time over Easter sat doing a little bit of that, making sure the first couple of weeks are sorted, and then I'm going to look ahead to the rest of the year. So this term we've got what's called an exhibition, where 2 classes join up in my school and they show off the really hard work they've done, and ours is this term. So I need to make sure for this term I get some really good pieces of work out, which we can put on display in the hall, and all the other teachers, the staff members, the pupils, parents can come and have a look around and see the hard work they've put in. So we're going to make sure we get some good exhibition work made up. Then we've also got a residential to look forward to. We've not done a residential in year 5 before, and I've not led a residential before, so the experience of that will be really good, and hopefully it'll be a really positive one. I know I'm really looking forward to it, as are the children, so we can get that going, make sure we get all the details sorted, which I'm still chasing up at the minute. But yeah, we'll get looking forward to that, and it's just gonna be a really exciting term. As we said at the start, things like summer fairs will be on, sports days will be on, we'll be outside a lot. Things like Tribe Time, getting outside and teaching different classes. If you want to know what Tribe Time is, do let me know. But it's a really exciting thing we've started this year at school, and I'm really enjoying teaching all the different classes and getting to know all the younger children that I don't normally see around school as much. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. Hopefully it's something that we can all enjoy moving into the summer term. And as always, guys, if you guys have got any questions about the summer term, about what's included, or if you want to know a bit more about what's coming up for the autumn term next year, or the spring term that we've just done, what went on there, do let me know, because there's always things I can talk about. It's just always important to remember that each school is very different, and these are the types of things that happen at my school, and I'll always mention about things that I like happening. I'll always mention about things that I wish were happening, and I'll mention about things that I know happen at other schools that maybe my school doesn't do. And that's not to say any of it is right, any of it is wrong. It's just things I enjoy and things I think should be happening. And it's just so hard to kind of put teaching into one bubble. It's impossible to do, because every school teaches things so differently, and everything changes so quickly in teaching, that it's just important to remember that this is what happens in one school, and this is my knowledge of schools in my local area in Yorkshire. This is not something that happens across the country. It's not something that happens in every year group. And what you end up teaching, if you're not a teacher yet, or what you are teaching now, does not mean to say that is wrong. Just means to say it's different, and it might work for your school where it might not work for mine. But as always, I do love hearing about your experiences, hearing about it. I had a really good conversation with someone about the right stuff, which is how we teach English recently, and she was saying out in year 2 that it's not actually been something that her teacher she was on placement with really enjoyed, and the children kind of struggled with it. And it was a really interesting perspective, because personally for me, I love the right stuff. I think it's amazing. But then I've always taught it from a year 5's perspective. I've never taught it from a year 2's, and so that was a good chance for me to kind of interact with someone and learn a bit more about maybe it's not so important. It's not so built for the year 2 curriculum. It's something I'm going to take to my year 2 teacher. I'm going to ask her what she thinks, because I've not had the chance to discuss what the right stuff is like with her, just because of busyness in school and getting on with other stuff. But it'd be interesting to get another perspective from a year 2 point of view. So same for any of this, guys. If there's anything you've heard that you want to ask questions about or just offer your point of view, I'd love to hear it. There's no judgment, there's no arguments, there's no upset. It's just a really good, honest conversation to have, and I really enjoy that kind of stuff. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. As always, a new video on a Tuesday, a Friday and a Sunday, even during these holidays, because I do love making these videos and I love hearing from all of you. And thank you very much for watching and all the support. I'll see you soon.